Hi students, welcome to today's class. So, I would like to talk to you about your school days. So, when you were in your school, I hope you have had beautiful memories of your school days. But I think, do you remember the classes that we used to have a 45 minutes class? After that, there will be a break of 5 minutes. Now the 45 minutes when we sit in the class, we are very disciplined because teacher is there. The 5 minutes when the teacher just leaves the class, we are so excited. We are jumping up and down, we are shouting, we are talking, might be throwing rockets, so many things. But that 5 minutes is enough for us to make us sit through another class of 45 minutes. Now, when a class does not have a teacher, as students we used to be so excited if we have a free period. But always the teachers or the principal is a buzzkill and they will send somebody alternate even if the teacher is not there, just to see that you are just controlled in your class. I think you believe me, true? Even I have done the same thing. Now, when the teacher enters the class, you will see that there is immediately pin drop silence. And unless the teacher is not that strict enough, so 90% teachers are strict, and when the students, as students, we are jumping and howling and the teacher enters the class, we all become very relaxed and calm and the voices go down and our attention goes to our teacher. Okay, so even diseases are like that. Today what aphorism we are going to study is 26th aphorism. Now this aphorism, it directly takes you or reminds you of your school days. So what is the aphorism? A weaker dynamic affection is permanently extinguished in a living organism by a stronger one, if the latter, that is the latter, whilst differing in kind, is very similar to the former in its manifestation. So as I gave you the example of your childhood days, now a student, if he is howling and shouting and enjoying, do you think he'll keep quiet if some office person comes or if some clerk comes and tells that keep quiet and don't do anything? No. You will keep quiet only if the teacher comes in your class. So that shows that the affection has to be similar, but differing in the kind means it has to be stronger than you. If another classmate tells it, please keep quiet, will you keep quiet? No. So it has to be a teacher, it has to be similar yet differing in kind, that means it has to be stronger than you. True? So this aphorism very beautifully explains that. Now this is a very important aphorism because this aphorism tells about homeopathic law of nature. So this aphorism, not only this, actually aphorism 26 to 31 and aphorism 32 and aphorism 68. Now these all aphorism tells about homeopathic law of nature and modus operandi, that is how homeopathic medicines work in our body. But we will be taking today's class aphorism 26 and I will be explaining this aphorism in this class. Okay. So if you take what is homeopathic law of nature, that is this law was surmised vaguely but not fully recognized. Okay. Now if you don't know the meaning of surmised means true yet no evidence to confirm it. Okay, that's the meaning of surmise. So this law was true and is not, but we don't have any evidence to confirm it. So this law was vaguely surmised but not fully recognized. Now, if the cure has to happen, the main reason for the cure to happen is this law. So this law is the very reason for cure. Now, as I have been always telling you that if you want to understand an aphorism better, you always divide the aphorisms into bits and parts and then understand it. Then only you will be able to reproduce it better in your exams. Okay? So, we will see the bits and parts of this aphorism. A weaker dynamic affection. So, what is a weaker dynamic affection? That is the natural disease is permanently extinguished. I am not writing the full. Is permanently extinguished means cured in a living organism, okay, by a stronger one. So, what is the stronger one there? Is the medicine, okay, but it will be extinguished permanently only if the later, that is the stronger one, is differing in kind. Whilst differing in kind is very similar to the former. So the medicine has to be similar. This is meaning of similar, yet differing in kind. So what does differing in kind mean? Differing in kind means it has to be an artificial disease which has to be created. Okay? So it is artificial. This is what the whole aphorism means. Now we will see the criteria for cure. Okay, the first criteria is both the affections, that is, let it be the weaker or the stronger, both the affections should be dynamic in nature. Second, both affection should be similar in manifestations, that is, the signs and symptoms which a disease produce, the power of medicine or the signs and symptoms of that medicine also has to be similar to that of the disease. Now, third, though similar, it should be, both affections should be differing in kind. That is, the weaker is natural disease and the stronger, that is, or the medicine, creates an artificial disease. Okay? The fourth point, that is the latter, that is medicine, should be stronger. It has to be stronger or it will never be able to remove the natural disease. And fifth, the weaker, that is the disease, natural disease, should be permanently extinguished. So with this aphorism is over. I hope you understood the class very nicely. So stay tuned for more.